Welcome along everybody to more CSI. Let's get right into this and let's talk to Rebecca.
Yes, it is. It's the home of J.J. Thomas. And I'm Claire Thomas, his daughter. If you're here to see my father, I'm afraid he passed away recently.
We're sorry for your loss, Miss Thomas.
What's this about, officers?
It's just a routine matter, but we could use your input.
Certainly. Bravely. He'd been fighting a long battle with lung cancer, and that's a war you just can't win. I hope I can help you, but I'm not really at my best at the moment. I was close to my father. I'm an only child, and my mother died when I was 5. Daddy was really all the family I had, and now I'm just sorting through things, putting a lifetime into boxes. I'm a little confused and just barely keeping it together. So, if we could make this short, I'd be grateful.
No problem. We just have a few questions.
Yes, while I settle the estate. This was my father's winter residence. The rainy weather in Seattle was hard on him. Last year, when he got worse, he moved here permanently, and I stayed in Seattle. From time to time, I'm his executor and sole heir, and I'm cleared to put charges on the corporate card. Why, yes I did, just the other night, actually. Now this is embarrassing. Well, I guess you won't be surprised if I say I've been an emotional train wreck since Daddy died, and frankly, I've been lonely as hell. And I met a man at the casino lounge the other day. Oh, that's an odd question. I'll have to think. I had an asparagus omelet, which is a favorite of mine. Really, I don't remember exactly what my, friend had. Frankly, he was nice enough, but awfully bland. I understand that you're just doing your job, but I'm afraid as vague as you've been, I can't see cooperating to that extent. Not when I'm under this kind of pressure. Maybe later if you can make the reasons for this intrusion a little more clear.
We're the cops and we want to look around. There's... Oh, a cat here. By the looks of things, but I can't actually do anything with it. And there's the man. Right, let's go to Brass and see if he has anything to say. See if we can maybe even get a warrant for her house.
What's up? You don't have enough reason?
No.
Just not enough. A stronger link between the sun.
No. No goes. Right, let's go back to the lab. Then we must have obviously missed something, as per usual. Man, I'm not the great at problem-solving games.
Hey.
But I try. I really want to do something with the victim's DNA and the paint stain on the victim's pant legs. Right, what have I not looked at properly? Right, all this is done. Truffle special and asparagus omelette entry. Right. Maybe the morgue, actually. Maybe the morgue. I mean, I don't know.
Forget something? Diphacinone? Manufacturers are required by law to incorporate an indicator dye to help identify it in the organs and bloodstream if the pesticide has been injected. I found no traces of that or the poison itself in the body. However, there are ways to mask traces of poison, and this victim certainly shares many of the same characteristics that you'd find with a poisoning death. You got it.
Right, so there's ways to mask the poison, and he shares those consistencies. So this may not be an alcohol poisoning death at all. This may indeed have been something else entirely. I think maybe get a warrant for that owner, because we suspect.
Yeah? Vanda Helen's food was in the victim's stomach, and he's got a real thing about the riffraff in his alley. Okay, so we couldn't actually find poison in the victim's system, but still, he's got an axe to grind. Let's bring in Mr. Warmth.
On occasion. As the manager, I from time to time take the garbage out. I'm not sure I'd say often. It's my property. Is taking security precautions a crime in this country now? What control do I have over what happens behind my restaurant when I'm not present? If some scavenger ate something he shouldn't and met an unfortunate end accordingly, well, what fault is that of mine? I have my free will, and he has had his. All restaurants, even the finest, and ours is certainly one, have problems with vermin.
And you had your problems, right? With infestation? Namely homeless guys trying to find a crust of bread, scrap of meat. So you sprinkled rat poison all over your garbage like you were seasoning a stew. And our homeless victim came sniffing. And your generosity met his hunger and contributed to the man's death.
Look, even if I admitted to doing what you said, which, keep in mind, I haven't, there's no way I'd use enough poison to kill somebody. Just a light sprinkle here and there to keep the vermin away. That's all.
Well, you could bet we'll be in touch if any other homeless come in with as much as a stomachache. Oh, and you're still on our suspect list.
Why not? I'm not guilty of a thing except trying to run a spick and span establishment. I have no objection. Glad to cooperate. I'm a respectable citizen. Miss Thomas, certainly. Lovely young woman. She's the daughter of the late J.J. Thomas. Very distinguished industrialist. Ordered her favorite, asparagus omelette. She was dining with a slender man. About 5'10", 5'11", I'd say. Perhaps around 40, 35 years of age. He behaved himself, but he seemed out of place, frankly. Ill at ease. An odd choice for a dining companion for the likes of Miss Thomas.
Right, let's go to the lab, since we now have DNA and fingerprints from him. I don't think he killed him. I don't think he's our suspect, he's our perp.
Hey.
We do have trace items that I want.
The DNA.
Put DNA in there and put the fingerprints in there.
Hey.
Right, so we do have, let's see if they match up. They do not.
Well,
So Marcus van der Helen is not the one who did that. DNA sample from Marcus van der Helen. What about the pant stain? That could be a match.
looks like that's not the restaurant owner's cookies tossed on the carpet. He must not be our guy.
I mean, that looks like a match to me, for frick's sake, but seriously.
Not quite a... Devil's in the... Not quite...
Right, so we've essentially, all we've managed to do there is clear Van der Halen. But now we've gained more info on Claire, and that she was dining with someone.
I don't have it.
Right, I may have missed something in this apartment. This is like... I don't think I can do anything until I can get a warrant for this
Might be
place.
able to help you.
No, I don't want to do that. If I manage to do crash and burn without asking for help, despite how annoying it got, then I can certainly hear as I'll do this.
A stronger link. We can't walk in.
So I still can't do anything with that. I must have missed a key piece of evidence somewhere.
Something you want? This guy? Measured him at 5'9" and some change?
Right, okay, I think now that I know that she was dining with him, because we've confirmed that with the morgue, maybe now Brass will be like, yeah, go.
You don't have enough. A stronger link.
Right, let's look at my case file then. Grissom, Mega Mortis, wheelchair. Right, okay. Let's go back to Le Figaro. And see if I missed anything in that little alleyway there. Because I definitely have missed some things. It's really dark. Can I up the brightness? Oh, that's so much better. Let me up that even more. So much better. Unreal how much better that is. I'm gonna put that to full actually.
I don't have anything else to...
Right, let's check out the abandoned asylum again. See if there's anything we've missed in the abandoned asylum. I don't think I did miss anything, but maybe now that I put the
Blood, the wheelchair. Our Vic was wheeled over here and dumped. Damn, that's cold.
Oh my god, I apologise so badly. I didn't realise how just how dark this all was until I upped the brightness. Wow, that is such a big difference. It's no wonder I was missing things before then. Right, let's have a look, see with our new brightness. See if we can get anything. Still think there's... what is that? Nothing. Still think this is relevant somehow. But I'm not getting anything from it. Right, am I getting anything in here? Nothing in here, okay. I must be missing some sort of... It's gonna have to be lab. I'm missing something to do with the lab.
Yes.
Right. Oh, that is a little too bright. Just up that down a little bit. That's a lot better. It's a little bit too bright just there. Right, let's start off with our items. So we have the Boatfly Lava, that's been completed. Serial number SN21003. Assembled bottle fragments. Right. Discarded food, that's been done. Stad cloth fragment, that's been done. The victim's DNA, there's something to do with the victim's DNA. That's pant stain. Asparagus and scrambled egg DNA was extracted from the sample. This has got to be the victims. It's asparagus and scrambled egg. But maybe it's Rebecca's if she had asparagus. The liquid sample from the asylum floor, Leroy Banks Premium Vodka. The muddy footprint that we can't identify, but it's a size 11. Dusty footprint there. The fingerprint from the asylum. A partial from the bottle fingerprints.
I've done.
But that's not a full yet. The powdery substance, which was that. The DNA sample from Marcus, which is done. The fingerprints from Marcus DeBarn, that's all done. Documents are all done. Yeah, there's not a single thing that I can find that... Right. I must be missing something to do with the fingerprints. Let's search all of the asylum wheelchairs. It's a no. It's a no. It's a no. No and a no. Sorry about that. I have been sneezing like crazy for the last week or so. I really want to find out what this pant stain is.
Not quite.
I'm just gonna check all of these because I don't trust. I just don't trust this comparison thing.
Devil's in... Devil's in...
That's a no. Snad cloth fragment. There's got to be something with the snad cloth fragment to find out whose DNA this is. No result found.
Not quite in...
Yeah, I'm missing something. But what am I missing? There's got to be something I'm missing. I didn't miss any. Let's go back to Love Meadows' condo.
I don't have...
Right, let's have a look.
Might be able to help you, but...
Anything more about the broken bottle fragment? How can I identify the owner of the shoe print?
Got nothing for you. Got nothing.
So it's the shoe print, and we've got to ask about the shoe print, and we've got to ask about the broken bottle fragment. Those are the two pieces of evidence that I'm missing, but I can't figure out anything to do. It doesn't let me search for the partial. Well, I keep on giving the partial to Greg. Like, here's the partial fingerprint, and it won't let me put it there. It won't let me put it there. Put it to Greg, and there's nothing new to report on that. And that looks like it's a match as well. Maybe I'm missing a piece. Maybe there's another piece in the asylum that I'm missing, that I just can't see. And the shoes, I don't know what to do with the shoes. There must be a piece here that I'm just missing. There's got to be a piece.
Looks like fresh paint over here.
Oh fuck, that's paint! That's just paint. Why do I care about paint? It's just paint. Spray paint sample. Right, okay. Maybe that will do something, the spray paint sample. Still think there's something here, but I can't get anything. It's really annoying. But we'll take this to the lab and see if we can get anything from the spray paint, stupidly enough. I swear, if that's the thing that I needed to crack this open, then I'm gonna be mad.
The paint, which I put through a thin layer chromatographic analysis, separating the organic compounds, is consistent with canned spray paint. A few different graffiti crews like to get creative with this stuff.
Right, so there's literally nothing there. It's literally just spray paint, obviously. Because obviously it's freaking spray paint.
Yeah?
Oh, for frick's sake! Seriously?
The graffiti plus those tough tread bruiser prints? Yeah, I know those graffiti punks. Try the bloody core. You should go check their hangout.
Seriously? That was what I was... Stupid bloody graffiti.
Wow, and I thought Sanders' crib was a mess.
Right, okay. Let's have a look here. Let's take this. Actually, let's first spray it. Nah, it's definitely a collection.
Blank.
What's that? Oh, spray paint. Let's have a look for,
Damn.
Got another partial. But a partial could be all we want. Right, this will be good. Oh,
It's a bad habit, but good.
let's take that. That is going to be DNA right there. get Can't get any fingerprints or anything from anywhere else. Is this literally all that it is? It's just stupid. Right, okay, I'll take it. Right, now let's go to the lab and we have new things. We have DNA and we have a fingerprint partial.
What's up?
Right, take the partial fingerprint.
Can't think of much more.
Well, it's been sent to the computer. Partial combined fingerprints is from the asylum and the gang hideout. What do you know?
Devil's in the...
It's not a match. And that's not a match. We're gonna have to do a search. Tony Van Damme. Lane Jackson. Lane Jackson looks like a match.
Yeah, a real lead. Let's track Sid down and see how vicious he is.
There we go. But I'm not done. I'm not done. What else do I have? I have a piece of paper.
Electrostatic imprint lifter shows us what was on the previous page. Handwritten, pawn shop, Ogden and 4th.
Is that a new location? That's a new location. Right, what about the spray can?
And we have a match. Same exact paint batch as that stuff swabbed at the Laughing Academy.
And that's brilliant. What about the cigarette butt?
Tiny traces of mitochondrial DNA. I was able to amplify it enough for a profile.
There we go, give me that DNA. Right, the cigarette butt. Let's try it with the pant stain. It's not a match. About the snap cloth. It's not even a batch. I bet you. That is not a match.
Not quite a match.
No, not quite a match, okay. With the pant stain.
Devil's in...
Not quite a match, okay. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. I was a little bit harsh on you there. No results found. Okay, but we're going to end this episode here. We're finally picking up Steam after I got a little bit confused, but when I come back, we're going to be kicking ass and we're going to be blowing this case wide open.